Yeah. Very good afternoon to everyone. Very welcome to our Pintas IP Tech webinar pattern strategy series. This is the first installment of our pattern strategy series. We are going to look at some of the most innovative company in the world today and look at how this company use their patent to support their business model to sustain their competitive advantage. So today we will start with Amazon as a case study. So in the next 45 minutes, we are going to look at some of the patents used by Amazon to support its flywheel business model. Okay, so without much ado, I would like to launch into my presentation. Okay, I think Jai has introduced me briefly, but just to share with everyone that I'm from Pintas, and I've been doing patent for the past 20 years in the Southeast Asia region. And my focus is on patent and also for IP in general, and also IP monetization. Okay, looking into the case study, we want to see how Amazon.com has grown from a tiny bookstore in 1994 to a $1 trillion company, a $1 trillion technology company today. Today, Amazon.com market capitalization of more than $1 trillion is actually bigger than all the big retailers put together, right? If you look at companies like Walmart, Costco, Home Depot, all put together, the traditional retailer, the total market cap is less than the market cap of Amazon.com. So what is the secret sauce of Amazon's success, and how does Amazon utilizes patent and others' IP rights to sustain its competitive advantage? Okay, Amazon is an amazing company. It has more than 300 million active users in covering 185 countries. And every year, more than billions of items are sold under the Amazon platform. So this is an overview of Amazon.com. It was founded in 1994 by Jeff Bezos. And today, Jeff Bezos has someone taking over the company to run, but he is very much still the main person behind Amazon. He is the face of Amazon.com. So Amazon.com has grown significantly since its inception as a book-selling website to other areas like logistics, consumer technology, cloud computing. AWS is the world's largest cloud computing platform, and more recently to media and entertainment. Just now, Jai has introduced Amazon Prime, Prime Video, Amazon Prime Video, and a lot of other services. All this together helps Amazon to become a $1 trillion corporation of today. So what is the revenue of Amazon? Amazon has achieved $500 billion of revenue in year 2022. That's amazing, right? For the past 5 years, despite COVID pandemic, Amazon's revenue has doubled from $200 billion US dollar to $500 billion US dollar in 5 years. In 2022, Amazon still suffer a net loss of 2.7 billion, but it doesn't stop Amazon from being investor from continue to have faith in Amazon, because it has proven that since its inception, Amazon was able to grow faster and bigger and longer than its competitor. And all the investors expect that one day Amazon is going to outperform other competitors and become the most profitable retailer in the world. So despite the fact that it is not profitable, but it has grown tremendously, and you can see from the track record that it is already the world's largest retailer. Amazon is one of the 4 technology company to have achieved the market valuation of $1 trillion. Apple, Microsoft, and the third largest companies by market cap now is Amazon, followed by Google or Alphabet. Right, these are the 4 companies that has surpassed that $1 trillion mark. So, what is the competitive strategy of Amazon? Right. So, to look at the competitive strategy, we need a framework. And I would like to refer to the framework proposed by Professor Michael Porter from the Harvard University. And according to Professor Porter, there are 3 strategic options available to company for them to gain competitive advantage. The first one is cost leadership. So you can choose to be a cost leader, or you have to differentiate your services and focus on a certain niche market. In some of the previous case studies that we have done, we have seen how Tesla, we have seen how Apple differentiated itself and focused on certain niche market. And in today's case studies, we want to see how Amazon focus on low-cost leadership, right, to gain competitive advantage, and how Amazon use intellectual properties, right, especially patent rights, to protect the competitive position that it is in. So if you look at the Amazon business model, you can see that Amazon uses cost leadership to gain as its generic competitive strategy. Jeff Bezos made the statement that there are 2 kinds of companies: those who wants to try to charge more and those who wants to charge less. Amazon belongs to the second class. And he also famously told the market that your margin is my opportunity, and Amazon's mission is to continue to minimize the costs at all front in order to gain competitive advantage, right? This is the competitive strategy of Amazon. So how does Amazon do that? Of course, a lot of traditional retailer, the big retailer like Walmart, they also use their economic of scale to lower the cost. Yeah, apart from economic of scale, Amazon also uses advanced computing technologies like AI, like big data, like automation in processing the orders that they get from their 300 million customer all over the world, to speed up the delivery, and to also to simplify the operational process, to automate the operation process in order to maximize the operation efficiency and to lower costs. And in the process of doing all this, in leveraging the computing technology, advanced computing technology, Amazon came up with many new business solutions. And these new business solutions and this business has also been patented, right, by Amazon.com to build an economic moat over that solution. So I'm going to share with you some of the famous patent filed by Amazon that actually helped them to be a market leader for such a long time. Okay, so what is the business model of Amazon that deliver this low-cost leadership, right? So In 2001, Amazon founder Jeff Bezos actually scribbled a diagram on the back of a napkin that would ultimately define the company business model. He called this model the virtuous circle, the virtuous cycle. Yeah, and in this virtuous cycle, you start with customer satisfaction at the heart of your business model. You have to do everything to achieve the best customer experience or customer satisfaction that you can achieve. And you work backward, and rather than focusing on the product or services, Amazon focus on customer experience and satisfaction. The Bezos virtuous cycle depicts a flywheel, right? So you focus on the customer satisfaction, you work backward, and you would like to see how you can achieve the customer satisfaction. And also, each part of the business model will feed momentum to the other part. So if you can achieve the customer satisfaction, you can draw traffic, right? So when you draw traffic, then you can attract more sellers to come on board. And the more seller coming on board will be able to provide more selection to the customer that adds up to the customer satisfaction. And when you have all this, there will be growth in the business. Then you can invest the growth into building to lower the cost structure. Like, you can invest into automation, you can invest into all the latest technology to deliver faster, to get more customer satisfaction, and to lower the unit cost. So each part of the business model will feed momentum into the other part. And as a whole, the business will grow by its own inertia. So this is what the Amazon business model is about. So if you break up that Amazon flywheel virtuous cycle business model, then you can see that the core functionality of the Amazon business model is to improve customer satisfaction through cost lowering, through providing a wider selections of goods or services, and also to speed up delivery of the services or goods to the customer. So the lower price, wider selection, faster delivery will add to better customer service. And a lot of experiment, a lot of innovation has gone into leveraging the technology to deliver all these four elements to fit the flywheel business model. Right? So when you look at a lot of Amazon's pattern, they have one objective. They have their objective of this innovation is to achieve one of these four elements, and you use technology and use it, apply the latest technology, be it drone, be it automation, AI, data, big data technology, just apply the latest into the traditional retailing process to achieve the four objectives that was set out in the Amazon business model. So this is what we will share with you today. So some of those patterns that was innovated, created by Amazon to deliver these four objectives. Okay, and all the innovation and the breakthrough in technology were jealously protected by Amazon. All this innovation, if it's not protected, if you have no economic mode surrounding this new innovation, for sure, you cannot have sustainable competitive advantage, because there will be so many competitors looking at your experiment, and they will just come in and copy those competitive advantage. So you need to have a barrier of entry, an economic mode to protect this core competency. And as you can see, Amazon actually leverage on pattern on intellectual property rights to create economic mode out of these innovations. Okay, so I would like to share as a background a little bit about the intellectual property rights. What are the intellectual property rights that businesses can use to protect their innovation and to create an economic mode for their business model. Okay, first is for patent. If you come up with any new innovation, new ways of doing things, you can own it by filing a patent. Today, we'll be looking at a host of Amazon patents that help Amazon achieve its business objective in fulfilling its business model. And on top of this patent, you also have copyright that protects the content, or the marketing content that you use to promote your businesses can be owned by copyright. And you have the brand aspect of your business, which can be protected by trademark. And sometimes you may come up with some very unique graphical user interface or some design, the outlook of your product. You can own it by industrial design. And also you have a lot of proprietary valuable information that you can protect as trade secrets, right? So all these IP are important to businesses to protect your core competency, to create economic moat over your, to create sustainable competitive advantage. So all these IP are intangible assets, something that they are valuable because if you come up with a new idea and you register them as IP, then you have a monopolistic rights over the idea. So you can prevent competitors from coming in using the IP. And IP is jurisdictional right, meaning you need to get a monopoly from the government of each country. So, because it's a legal right, so you can't get a global right. There's no global government. If you want to have a monopoly, a legal right, you have to go to each country, each jurisdiction to get the monopoly, and all the rights are limited by time, right? These are the characteristics of IP. Okay, so for Amazon always experiments with new ideas. You can see that, Amazon found a lot of patents. The latest technology that comes out Amazon will be the first to try it out, to apply them into their business processes in order to achieve better customer experience. So all these business ideas are owned by Amazon through different kinds of IP. If it's an innovative solution, you can patent it. If it's a new brand, you can trademark it. If you have original content, then you can copyright it, right? Or if you have a unique shape for your product, then you can industrial design it. These are the different ways where Amazon can own. And intellectual property is a key engine of growth for Amazon. Innovation is a key engine of growth, and the engine of growth has to be protected using IP to gain a sustainable competitive advantage. So if you look at today's world, intellectual property is intangible asset is in fact more important than the tangible asset when you value a company. In 2018, if you look at the S&P 500 companies, more than 80% of the value are from the intangible, and only the 20% are from the tangible. And the intangibles consist of your database, your patents, your trademark. So this is to illustrate to you that to Amazon, intellectual property, the intangible asset, is in fact the most important asset for Amazon. According to a studies done in 2019, Amazon's intangible assets like their patents, their copyrights, constituted to about 93% of the total market value of the companies. Okay, so I'll just look very briefly on the Amazon trademark portfolio. trademark. Amazon has a huge portfolio of trademark. It's $1 trillion company. It has many businesses, and every business has a brand. But Amazon is using the corporate house brand strategy, riding on the goodwill of the Amazon brand. They spin off a lot of sub brands for different sites of businesses. So when Amazon introduced the web hosting services, the cloud services, they use Amazon Web Services as a brand, and Amazon Web Services is the world largest hosting cloud computing company now. And when Amazon come up with other sub businesses, Amazon brand will be used, and they will add another sub brand to promote and to write the goodwill. So according to a survey done by Interbrand in 2020, Amazon was ranked as the second most valuable brand. Right, it has the brand itself is worth more than $200 billion. Yeah, it's a very valuable brand. And if you compare, look, based on the value of Amazon in 2020, the trademark itself constituted about 15% of the total company's value. So you can see how important a brand or intangible asset can be to a company. But our focus today is on patent. We are going to spend more time explaining about the Amazon patent strategy. Amazon was formed in 1994 during the dot-com boom. And during that time, a lot of internet startups actually were grabbing the internet land using patent. There was a rush by the internet startup to file as many patents to own that internet land. And Amazon was part of the culture, was part of the wave. And you can see Amazon actually filed a lot of patents from day one. Right? You can see a lot of Amazon important patent were filed in the 1990s, during the dot-com boom days, and they are still relevant up to today. Yeah, so you can see that Amazon filed a lot of patents over the years, and as a whole, Amazon has a total of 24,000 patents. Globally, has a 24,300 patents, of which they belong to about 12,000 unique patent families. Yeah, and most of the Amazon patents were filed in US and also Europe, Japan, and China. And if you look at the portfolio, the breakdown, the technology areas, Amazon filed the most patent on web services, web-related services. It also filed patents on areas like cloud computing, logistics, AI, e-commerce, media streamings. These are the businesses that Amazon are very strong in. Okay, so as I mentioned just now, Amazon always look for futuristic and unconventional way to leverage the latest technology to find a better way to feed the Amazon flywheel. The Amazon flywheel was focusing on 4 things, right? On better customer service, on lowering the cost, on faster delivery, on having wider solution. So whenever there's a new technology coming out, Amazon engineer will be looking in how to use this latest technology to improve, to feed the flywheel, to make the 4 objectives, to achieve the 4 objectives. So Jeff Bezos actually said that, their success at Amazon's success is actually a function of how many experiments they do per year, per month, per week, per day. Just keep on experimenting new way of delivering the 4 objectives set out by the Amazon business model. There was a famous quote by Jeff Bezos. He said that if there is a 10% chance of 100 times payoff, you should take the bet every time. So Amazon, under Jeff Bezos, they want more and more unconventional ways to achieve better customer service without worrying much about, failure. Yeah, this is one of the things that they do. They experiment a lot. If there's a chance, a 10% chance that this idea can have 100 times return, they will bet on it and they will experiment on it. There are many failure along the way. Amazon came out with a phone called a Fire phone. It didn't take off. Some product didn't take off. But out of those experiments, some actually took off big time, and they have many times of return. This is what Amazon believes in, always experimenting, trying out new ideas, and all these solutions, the new ideas, were jealously protected using the patent system. Okay, so I would like to go into the key patents that drive the Amazon flywheel business model. And as I mentioned from the beginning, Amazon flywheel were focusing on 4 things: better customer service, lower cost, wider selection, faster delivery. These are the 4 objectives. And you can see that there is an alignment between this business model and the patent filed by Amazon. So this is what we are trying to say. The competitive strategy of Amazon is to lower cost. Amazon leveraging on all the latest technology, apply them for these 4 objectives, right? So all the solution experiment, they come up with a lot of experiment, and all this innovation were protected as a patent. And if this technology take off, the patent will enable them to have ownership, right, over this solution. If any market player were to come in and copy, patents will become the barrier of entry to other competitors. So we have prepared a handbook which you are welcome to download about the 8 key patents that we have identified through our research. You can scan the QR code and you can download. And if you have any question, feel free to contact us, email us to check about those technologies or those patents that to us are the key patents that drive the Amazon e-commerce growth. Okay, so before I go into that 8 patents, I would like to just introduce about patent, a little bit about patent. For those who have not filed patent, I just want to share with you that if you have a new solution and you want to file a patent, what you have to satisfy is you have to have a novel solution, a new solution that no one have done it. So by novelty, what we mean is you have a new combination, right? You combine existing existing technology in a new way that no one has done it. And this combination is inventive, meaning it has a better technical result, right? A new and better technical result, and it's something that you can implement you can use it, right? It's something useful you can implement in real life. So if you can meet these 3 criteria, it is something patentable. So this is the basic, right, that we need to work from in analyzing the Amazon's patents that used to support the Amazon business model. So the first and the most famous patent by Amazon is that of Amazon One-Click. Yeah, this is the flagship patent for Amazon to me. It comes to exemplify the convenient shopping experience that Amazon has came to be known for, right? So this was a patent filed in 1997 and expired in year 2017. Patent lasts for 20 years. But during these 20 years, Amazon actually rely a lot. This patent actually helped Amazon a long way in providing a convenient shopping experience for all the e-commerce users. So what Amazon does in the one click is, Amazon is the first online retailer to use the data of the consumer, right? It's a very simple, in hindsight, a very simple idea. You use the customer's credit card detail, the address detail, and the information detail, and you can use that detail to help consumer in making order. That's what it takes, right? But this data, as early as 1997, Amazon realized that these data are a huge asset for the company. E-commerce is as much about technology as it was about retail, right? You need to use technology, leverage on the technology to deliver a better retail experience for your consumer. And using this one click, right, you can lessen the shopping cart abandonment, because whenever you want to do an order, sometimes you need to fill up your credit card details, your address, and all this information. It will take away your interest sometimes to continue with the shopping. But the system automatically can take your existing data from the system and combine to your order. And with that one click, right, you can just click on buy with one click. You don't have to enter all your information. Straight away, you can make an order. So it has transformed e-commerce, and it makes it more convenient to use online shopping. This combination, this process was not there before this patent was filed. So Amazon was the one who innovated on this and came up with this e-commerce process that we took for granted today, right? But it was a new innovation when Amazon innovated this process. And this patent was licensed to all the e-commerce players like Apple, Apple Store, to Alibaba. All the companies wanting to use the one click will have to get approval from Amazon. So what is this patent about, right? If you look at the patent, as I mentioned, a patent is about a combination, and in a patent document, what you own is encapsulated in a claim. So you want to know what this patent is about, you look at the claim section of the patent. So this is the claim. These are the elements of this one-click patent, and I break it down into a table. So it comprises of these following element. It has this pattern comprised of three elements. One is you have in the client system, you have the Amazon server, you have the merchant system. So when you on your computer, you can click on your computer. So by a clicking action, your computer will send the goods that you order, and also your identity, because when you log in, you will put in your identity to the Amazon server. So at the Amazon server level, Amazon will combine the previous data that you saw about the purchaser and combine with the order and send to the merchant. And the merchant will take the order and close the order. So this is the simple process. You can combine the user data with the order and send to the merchant to close an order. This is the flow. But this flow was actually patented by Amazon, and anyone wants to use the previous inputted data to combine with the order, they need to get the permission of Amazon, because this combination, this process is patented by Amazon. So at that time in 1990s, there was a big offline seller by the name of Barnes and Noble. They were the world's largest bookseller. So they look at the success of Amazon.com bookstore, online bookstore. They also came up with a similar BarnesandNoble.com using the one-click technology. So in 1999, Amazon actually took an action against Barnes and Noble and managed to stop Barnes and Noble from using a one-click. So Amazon became the only player having the exclusive right to the one-click, combining the data of the user with the order. And as a result, Amazon grown, yeah, with this very convenient way of making order and grown. So better customer experience. And this one click was licensed to Apple Store, to IBM, to Microsoft. You know, it was used by all the other platforms. So this is one of the most important pattern by platform, and the objective is to have to create better customer experience and to get more traffic to feed the business model. The second pattern that I would like to share with you is that of recommended ordering, recommended collaborative recommendation. Amazon also was the first company way back in 1998. Those were the early days to come up with this idea, right? Also using the big data to get more to get more traffic for the business. So 35% of Amazon revenue is actually driven by this data-driven recommendation engine. So what Amazon did was, you know, they built a table with lists of similar items, right? And these similar items are based on the collective interest of community of users. So like say, for example, item A and item B, they are considered similar because a large portion of the user that buys A also buys B. So if this community, they buy common goods, so they are listed together as similar item. So when you go to Amazon's platform and you want to do e-commerce, you want to buy something, then Amazon will come up with recommended based on this list of similar items. So what the system do, if you look at the claim of this pattern, is about this process, right? You have this table of similar items. So when someone identify an item of interest, then the system will look at the table and recommend a list of similar items. So you can recommend, you can match the items that they are looking for with the list of similar items, and you can recommend the entire list to the customer, to the potential customer. And when they buy one, they will continue to buy more, right? So this is another innovation by Amazon to create more traffic and to grow the revenue. This is the pictures. If you are interested, you can look at the pattern and you can get more insights into this pattern. And the third pattern that is important to Amazon's growth is that of electronic gift, right? You want to have a faster delivery and you want to lower the cost of your items. One of the ways is for you to deliver your goods online. So Amazon in year 2008 identified, a way where you can give digital gift to your friends using their platform. And in order to do digital gift, so they come up with this system, the electronic gifting system. And this is also a computing system, and you have a library, a data of electronically transferable items, which includes music, your ebooks, or your movie, right? All these are electronically transferable items. So if you look at the claim, again, it's a combination of steps where you can, if you want to give a gift, then you can generate a gift notification to the recipient. So, and the recipient have a way to accept the gift. So if the gift is accepted, then payment will be deducted from the user's account. And if the gift is not accepted, then no payment will be deducted, right? So this is a process, a simple combination of steps that was not done before. No one else have done electronic gifting before. And Amazon was the first to figure out that if I can sell more content using this electronic gifting system, and I can combine the system together and I can deliver it seamlessly to the end user. And this is one of the example of a innovation come up by Amazon to again lower the cost, give better experience, and also drive more traffic. So next, I would like to share with you the Amazon Go grocery store without checkout counter, unmanned grocery store, Amazon Go pattern. Using this Amazon Go pattern or Amazon Go solution, customer can walk into a store, take their item and leave. They don't have to queue up at the counter. They don't have to make payment because everything was automated using IoT, right? So when IoT came about, Amazon was the first to experiment with how you can use the IoT in delivering a better experience and also lower the cost, because you don't have to have people manning the store. You can have the store 24 hours. So this pattern was filed in 2013. And if you look at the claim, again, it's a combination of method, right? And a combination of processes and product that deliver this experience to the customers. So what you have here is you have a system, a computer system, and you have sensors. And the sensor, when you walk into the store, the sensor will identify who is coming in, right? With facial recognition, identify. This is the first data that they capture. The second data is when you go to the shelf and pick up an item, the sensor can identify what you have picked up. And the third is when you leave the store, the sensor will see when you have left, and then they can automatically update the inventory of the system, and they can deduct from your account a certain amount, that money that you spend, right? So if you look at this pattern again in this system, Amazon Go initiative is to lower the cost, to deliver better experience. There's no hassle in queuing up, and you can just take your goods, deliver, and leave anytime you want. And this is again an example of how Amazon leveraged on IoT technology very early on to fit into their flywheel business model. Moving on, I would like to share with you the fifth example of pattern filed by Amazon. It is called anticipatory shipping. Before you order, the goods is already sent to your direction. So again, this is using the big data system, and the AI and big data. And they can see that in a certain geographical area, you have people buying these goods, right, all the time. So they will send in bulk the goods through the big data analysis. They believe people will buy, statistically people will buy. So they will send in bulk to this geographical area without naming the address. But when the goods travel in transit to this geographical area, when you receive the order, then the address will be attached to the goods that you deliver and will send to the exact location. So in order to do that, you need to have big data to study the business variable, right? And then using this business variable, they statistically calculate, they want to send to one area, geographical area, chances is how many people will buy, and then they will just send in advance and just will put the address in transit to shorten down the delivery and to create the element of surprise to the end user. So this is another example. And if you read the patent's claim, this is exactly what they own, right? This combination. Amazon was also the first to use AV, unmanned aerial vehicle or drone, to deliver goods to your doorstep. And this is popularized as Amazon Prime Air. It's a drone delivery service. As I said, when there's a new technology coming out in 2005, Amazon was on it. Drone is on its way in, and they were the first to look at this new innovation, apply to their business, to deliver, to fit to their business model, the flywheel business model, to shorten the delivery time. So Amazon Prime Air is one of these experiments by Amazon to deliver faster to the to the consumer. And what this pattern about, if you look at the claim again, yeah, it's a combination. You have this drone, right, that is configured to transport items, and the drone has a processor, it has a program that can receive requests to deliver an item to a destination, and it also the program have the delivery parameter, like the source of the goods, the item to deliver, and the destination to deliver. So you can use the system to ask the drone to navigate to the source location, engage the item, deliver the items. So by experimenting early and filing in a patent, the later player who wants to use drone to deliver, they have to get permission from Amazon. This same thing applies to other earlier example that I have shown. And because of this protection, they own this solution. So this is the drawing of the patent. And patent 7, to fasten delivery, they also come up with a crazy idea of having an airborne fulfillment center. And with this airborne fulfillment center, they can fly to a metropolitan area, very crowded. So you have this drone. You can do order, and the drone will carry the goods, and they will come down to your doorstep and deliver the goods to you. This airborne fulfillment center patent, you can read the combination of the steps or combination of elements that form this pattern, right? You have this area fulfillment center that store all the goods, and you have the drone, the unmanned aerial vehicle to deliver to your doorsteps. To speed up a bit because of time, the number 8 pattern is Amazon delivery robot. That is to fulfill the last mile delivery, right? The goods can be delivered to your doorstep. What the user has to do is to come to the sidewalk, and they can just use the security code on their smartphone. They can enter the security code. They can open up the door. They can take the items. Or if you want to return the goods, you can also use the delivery delivery robot to take your returns. So this pattern was filed. This initiative is known as Amazon Scout. It has been experimented in America and to fulfill the last mile delivery for Amazon. So this is what this product is about. You can have, it is called a storage compartment vehicle. It has a plurality of storage compartment. Each of these compartments is individually accessible, and this SCV can travel to delivery location. People use security code to open up, take the goods, or return goods. And this SCV is also adapted for aerial and also for water-based transportation. So this is the 8th pattern, and you can find details of this pattern in the handbook that you can download. And to constantly improve the customer service experience, as I said, Amazon is always experimenting, continuously looking at the latest technology like the AI, like machine learning, to enhance the experience. And one of these experience is you can use, Jeff Bezos wanted to create a conversational command system. Instead of scrolling or typing or clicking on your screen, you can actually command using a command system to order goods. This is the objective of the Alexa solution, right? I believe some of us in this region is also using Alexa. So in order to enable this Alexa using the command to a smart speaker to order goods, then you have to research into the speech recognitions and the voice recognitions algorithm and apply this into a solution. And Amazon actually uses Ross, one of its subsidiaries, to own the patent, and they filed a total of 266 patents relating to Alexa. So, and the 266 patent actually covers the entire Alexa ecosystem, which consists of Alexa Skill Kit. In this Alexa Skill Kit is something similar to App Store, apps for the Android system, our smartphone. You know, any third-party developer can develop apps and put on Androids. In the Alexa ecosystem, developer can develop voice-driven capability and put it on the Alexa, the skill store. So if you want any new skill, any new capability, you can put it on the Alexa Sales Kit. And by doing that, you know, user can use voice command to order goods, to make shopping lists, to play music, to set up alarm and all that. There's no typing, no scrolling. And Alexa also have a Alexa voice services where third-party manufacturers can integrate Alexa into their devices. So this is another attempt by Amazon to using command system to order goods, to deliver a better customer experience. Alexa has been a great success. It has sold more than 100 million Alexa Echo devices since its launch, and there are 70,000 Alexa skill on the Alexa Sales Kit. And Alexa holds, Amazon Echo holds 2/3 of the market share of smart speaker. So I just want to share with you one patent that is behind Alexa. It is the speech recognition platform. How Alexa can intelligently understand what your commands are and deliver to you according to your command. And this is the patent filed by Alexa, US patent filed in 2016, US patent 942. And this wording are very small, so I actually come up with a claim. You know, this is the claim of the patent and the most important drawing. So what the system does is it combines a few components. You have to have a coordination component with having an audio speaker and also microphone and the speaker. It's a coordination system. You have a voice recognition component to recognize your voice. You have a natural language understanding, NLU. It is an AI machine learning system to understand the context that you talk about and your intent. And you have a dialogue system to select the domain and also your intent, the context and the intent, and the response component to reply to you. So AI is there. How do you apply AI into your solution? You have to plug AI, take the existing speaker, put it with the voice recognition, put in the dialogue and the component, and combine these to deliver the Alexa solution to the user. So this is the experiment done. How would the future hold for this experiment? No one knows, but for Amazon, 10% chance of 100% return, they will take the bet. They will just go on to experiment, file a pattern, and try to see whether it works. And for this case, Alexa was a resounding success. And Alexa also had other patents. One is about using the light to indicate the operational stage of the Alexa. When you speak to Alexa, a certain color will show. When Alexa communicate with the cloud, another color will show. So you have the voice input and the visual output for you to know what Alexa is doing. This is the pattern on that. And another pattern is you can wake up Alexa using a command, right? This pattern covers the command system. And also Alexa files pattern for the shape of the smart speaker. And the other way for Amazon to grow, if they don't have in-house capability, they will acquire patents from outside. And in 2020, they bought over Zox, which is a startup doing autonomous driving, zero emission autonomous driving. And Zox as a startup as a startup company funded by venture capital. They don't have any business. They found a lot of patents, 154 patents, families, and Amazon are not strong in those machine learning based driving assistant or cruise control. If you look at the table, you can see the strength of JAWS compared to Amazon, and JAWS are strong in areas like signaling, cruise control, machine learning. So what Amazon did was, instead of developing it in-house, they bought over JAWS for $1 billion for a startup company. And using the pattern of JAWS, they venture into autonomous driving and logistics, right? And because JAWS have a valuable patent portfolio, Amazon is able to enter this area and compete straight away with other players like Tesla, like Google. They have way more. So this is how Amazon grow to enter into the autonomous vehicle play. So to sum up, Amazon have done tremendously well over the years. For the past 20 years, it has not stopped growing. It has been experimenting, and it has used the experiment, the innovation to fit its business model, its flywheel business model, to deliver better experience, to lower the price, to speed up the delivery, and also to expand the selection range. And if you look at the value of Amazon, if you look at the valuation, it has gone up from 0.01 cent during its founding to what it is today. It is $1 trillion company. So during the first year, Amazon approached a group of angel investors to gather $1 million in seed funding. And now, the first 20 angel investors, their investment will be now worth $6 billion, right? So it's a lot of return. And if you look at the IPO price, if you buy Amazon at $1,000, now it is worth $2 million. It is one of the fastest growing company, and it is a company that is very, very innovative, and IP definitely play a very major part in the growth and the success of Amazon.